In this video, we are going to talk about the BlackRock stock. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. BlackRock Inc. is an investment management firm that is publicly traded. Institutional, intermediary, and individual investors, such as corporate, public, union, and industry pension plans, insurance companies, third-party mutual funds, endowments, public institutions, governments, foundations, charities, sovereign wealth funds, corporations, official institutions, and banks, primarily use the firm's services. It also offers risk management and advice services around the world. Client-focused stock, fixed income, and balanced portfolios are all managed separately by the firm. It also manages open-end and closed-end mutual funds, offshore funds, unit trusts, and other investment vehicles, such as structured funds. The firm launches mutual funds in the areas of equities, fixed income, balanced, and real estate. It also offers exchange-traded funds in the categories of equities, fixed income, balanced, currency, commodity, and multi-asset. Hedge funds are also launched and managed by the firm. It makes global investments in public equities, fixed income, real estate, currency, commodity, and alternative markets. The firm generally invests in small-cap, mid-cap, SMID-cap, large-cap, and multi-cap firms' growth and value equities. It also makes dividend-paying stock investments. Investment-grade municipal securities, government securities, including securities issued or guaranteed by the government or a government agency or instrumentality, corporate bonds, and asset-backed and mortgage-backed securities are among the assets that the firm invests in. To make its investments, it uses fundamental and quantitative analysis using a bottom-up and top-down strategy. To create its investments, the firm uses liquidity, asset allocation, balanced, real estate, and alternative techniques. It intends to invest in Poland and Germany in the real estate business. S&P, Russell, Barclays, MSCI, Citigroup, and Merrill Lynch indices are used to compare the performance of the firm's portfolios. BlackRock Inc. was founded in 1988 and is headquartered in New York City, with offices in Boston, Massachusetts, London, United Kingdom, Gurgaon, India, Hong Kong, Greenwich, Connecticut, Princeton, New Jersey, Edinburgh, United Kingdom, Sydney, Australia, Taipei, Taiwan, Singapore, Sao Paulo, Brazil, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Washington, District of Columbia, Toronto, Canada, and Wilmington, Delaware. The stock price of BlackRock Inc. declined -0.59% on the last day, Tuesday, June 29, 2021, from $878.74 to $873.53. The stock varied 1.80% throughout the day, from a low of $871.31 to a high of $886.99. Although the price has climbed 6 times in the last 10 days, it is still down -0.85% for the period. The last day's volume climbed by 362,000 shares, although at a lower price. This could be an early warning sign, and the risk will rise slightly in the next days. A total of 735,000 shares were purchased and sold for $642.04 million. In the short term, the stock is in the middle of a strong rising trend, and a continuation of the trend is expected. Given the present short-term trend, the stock is anticipated to climb 13.17% over the next 3 months and, with a 90% probability, conclude the time with a price between $964.97 and $1,040.83. Signals and forecast. In today's stock market, there are conflicting signals. On Wednesday, June 2, 2021, a sell signal was issued from a pivot top point, and it has since plummeted -1.57%. Further decline is expected until a new bottom pivot is discovered. Furthermore, the 3 months moving average convergence divergence is currently indicating a sell signal, MACD. Yesterday, as prices fell, volume increased. This could be an early warning sign, and the stock should be properly monitored. The stock of BlackRock Inc. has buy indications from both short and long-term moving averages, indicating a positive outlook. In addition, the relationship between the two signals produces a general buy signal when the short-term average is higher than the long-term average. The levels at $869.30 and $866.19 will provide some support on corrections down. Sell signals will be issued if any of these levels are broken below. Stop loss, risk, and support. BlackRock Inc. finds support at $840.78 thanks to accumulated volume, and this level could be a good place to buy because an upwards reaction is likely when the support is tested. In general, the stock has highly controlled swings, and with good liquidity, the risk in this stock is considered to be extremely low. The stock changed $15.68 between high and low on the previous day, or 1.80%. The stock has had a daily average volatility of 1.27% over the last week. BlackRock now has around $8.6 trillion in assets under administration, up 17% from a year ago. The corporation received $127 billion in the fourth quarter, which was about the same as the previous year's fourth quarter. Its iShares exchange-traded funds, ETFs, were the most popular, with $78 billion in inflows in the quarter. BlackRock was one of the first companies to provide exchange-traded funds, ETFs, having purchased the iShares product line from Barclays Global Investors in 2009. Since then, ETFs have exploded in popularity, becoming the world's fastest-growing investment instrument. There were around 900 ETFs in the United States in 2010, and there are now more than 2,000. Furthermore, ETFs held $983 billion in assets 10 years ago. Today, they hold nearly $5 trillion in the United States and $7 trillion globally. According to a recent analysis by Bank of America analysts, global ETF assets would reach $50 trillion by 2030. This puts BlackRock in a fantastic position to sustain its market-leading position in asset management. It has by far the largest market share of ETFs, accounting for over 40% of the global total, ahead of privately held Vanguard, 18%, and State Street, 12%. BlackRock's excellent fourth quarter performance was driven by ETFs, with net income up 19% to $1.5 billion, or $10.02 per share, and revenue up 13% to $4.5 billion, with investment advising fees accounting for $3.4 billion of the total. Over the course of 2020, net income increased 10% to $4.9 billion, while revenue increased 11% to $16.2 billion. BlackRock wants to be a leader in environmental, social, and governance (ESG) investment, which is a fast-growing segment of the asset management industry. According to a recent estimate, ESG criteria are used to invest around 33% of the $51 trillion in invested assets in the United States. That's up 42% from 2 years ago, and it's anticipated to rise even more as climate change becomes a bigger concern and more commonly accepted by governments and businesses. According to a poll issued by BlackRock in December, assets in ESG investments might treble by 2025. BlackRock chairman and CEO Larry Fink stated in a letter to CEOs published in January that his firm is leading the charge on climate change. Globally, investors in mutual funds and ETFs invested $288 billion in sustainable assets from January to November 2020, a 96% increase over the same period in 2019. Climate risk is well known as an investment risk. However, we believe that the climate change transition is a once-in-a-generation investment opportunity. All firms will be impacted by the transition to a net-zero emissions economy, which will take place between now and 2050. In the letter, he stated unequivocally that BlackRock will invest in companies that are transitioning to net-zero emissions. We are asking corporations to reveal a plan for how their business model will be compatible with a net-zero economy, that is, one where global warming is limited to far below 2 degrees Celsius, consistent with a worldwide goal of net-zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050. We'd like you to explain how this plan fits into your long-term strategy and how your board of directors evaluates it. Making this promise by one of the world's largest investors would not only shift markets and help alter industries, but it will also cement BlackRock's position as the leader in ESG investment. With a return on equity of around 15% and a profit margin of over 30%, BlackRock is a well-run, efficient corporation. BlackRock is in a terrific position to continue to lead the market and produce revenues thanks to its position at the forefront of these investing trends. It should be on your radar as a potential investment. Is BlackRock Capital Investment Corporation stock a buy? The BlackRock Capital Investment Corporation stock holds several negative signals, and despite the positive trend, we believe BlackRock Capital Investment Corporation will perform weakly in the next couple of days or weeks. Therefore, we hold a negative evaluation of this stock. What do you think about our video? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications before you go. Thanks for watching.